Hi, welcome to the Structure Point family. Structure Point, or SP as we like to refer to ourselves, is an industry leader in reinforced concrete design and engineering software applications. Our software suite features many different design and analysis tools for all your needs, whether it be beams and waffle slabs, or shear walls, or foundations on grade. We have it all. We're happy to welcome you to our family and hope that you find our software to be technically sound yet simple to use. In this video, we'll be showing how to set up spBeam version 5.50. We'll show you how to set up a trial version of the software, become familiar with the resources related to spBeam, and finally just how easy it is to authenticate a software license and get yourself up and running. So let's get started. We'll start our journey by opening our favorite browser and navigating to the SP website at www.structurepoint.org. I already have it open for us. The main landing page for our website contains a listing of all of our software products and some of the customer services that we offer. We'll discuss these in more detail in future videos. The website itself is laid out such that the details about each software application is only one convenient click away. If you want SP Mats, click SP Mats. And if I hit back, if you want SP Columns, you know the drill, click SP Columns. By all means, take some time and feel free to explore our different offerings. You may be surprised to learn about all of the ways that we can help you on your next engineering project. For now, we're going to focus on spBeam. We could go back to the main landing page, as we did before, or we could utilize a shortcut by clicking spBeam here on the ribbon at the top. Okay, if you want to jump to another product, simply click the icon at the top of the page, SP Frame, or maybe SP Wall, and then back to spBeam. You'll find that all of our product pages have a similar layout and feel, and all have this ribbon here at the top. For now, we'll focus on the main ribbon on the spBeam page. From the spBeam details page, it's these menu items that have more detailed and technical information that we want. You can explore these on your own, but I did want to highlight a few that will help us get started. Let's start with the major features of this release of spBeam. You can find this by clicking the Features Options button. This page highlights some of the technical features and abilities of the software package and the relevant design standards that can be used. At the time of this video, you can see that spBeam supports numerous versions of the American Concrete Institute, or ACI design standard, as well as several versions of the Canadian Design Standard, or CSA. You might also be interested in some of the program limits for load cases and span quantity, as well as other features. All of those are listed down in the program features down here at the bottom. Perhaps the most important document with any software application is the user manual, which you can access by clicking the manual button here at the top. This user manual file you're seeing is an index PDF. You can quickly and easily jump to a specific area of interest by simply clicking it in the table of contents. One particularly important item I should point out here is that you'll notice the spBeam and spSlab share many common features, particularly with regards to the user interface and the display modules. Obviously, the analysis and design calculations for both are significantly different, but you can easily tell when a particular entry in the list pertains to spBeam or spSlab, or both. So, for example, if I scroll down here, this icon spSlab on the equivalent frame method on page 27 indicates that that section of the user manual pertains to spSlab only. If there is no icon, it pertains to both. This also works for examples in the manual as well. For example, if I jump down to page 337, see, this is actually an spSlab design example as indicated by the icon on the example. The manual itself is broken down into several sections, so if I scroll back up to the top, you can see that Chapter 1 talks about the conventions used by the program and information related to getting started. Chapter 2 is about the methods of solution, which contains the equations and the relevant code provisions that are used by the software. This is probably the real technical meat of the program, so to say. If I scroll down to Chapter 3, Chapter 3 is the user interface, which is a kind of a coarse overview of the different windows and the menus that you'll encounter within this spBeam. Chapter 4 here is a more detailed walkthrough of entering the design and analysis information into spBeam as you build your analysis model, and we'll discuss this in more detail in future videos. If I scroll a little bit further, Chapter 5 is all about the output and the reporting module and describes the various pages of data or the blocks that are contained in the generated reports. And then finally, Chapter 6 is some of those design examples. You'll notice that this fifth example contained the spSlab example we were talking about previously. Installing the software is a very straightforward process. In the user manual, the links are outlined in section 1.7. It's this section that contains all of the links to the website where you can request trial copies and to activate your software. But I thought I'd take a moment and show you step by step how to do it here. So let's start by closing the manual. The first thing that we do is click the download trial button on that same menu at the top of the spBeam page. So if I click that, you'll see that all you have to do is enter an email address and our support staff will send you the links to the files that you've requested. Once you receive your email, simply click the link inside and save that file to a convenient location. So if I pull mine up, in my folder I actually have all of the files for all of our applications, but the one that we're interested in is this spBeam install 550. So if I double click that, that will start the install process. We'll give it a second. There we go. You'll be met with a fairly typical install window. For now, we're just going to hit next. We're going to read through and agree to the user agreement. Obviously, I agree. Okay, the next window that appears is the basic install window. So we're just going to hit next. And then it's here we can enter our username and our company. And this will be the basic engineering info that will show up within spBeam. But you can change this if you have a different user that's using the computer that's using the software. Okay, the last step then is to choose the destination to install. So for now, we'll just accept the default and it will go through and do the install process. All right, so we'll hit next, next. We'll hit this. It goes really pretty quick. Couple seconds and boom, we're done. So we're going to hit finish. Okay, and that's all there is to it. To launch the application in Windows 10, you can simply go down to the Start menu and just type spBeam, and you see that it pops right up. Now, because I have multiple installs, I've decided to go ahead and navigate to the directory directly, which is what I have here, so that I can show you the actual install steps in the default location. So if I'll scroll down to here, this is my spBeam. If I double click this, it will start to, and you'll see a window that looks something similar to this. Right. Once the application is launched, here's our activation window. Now notice that there's a trial period that's left here, and in this case, I've only got 2 hours left for my evaluation because I've installed this quite a while back. Okay. While mine says only a few hours left, this will probably be different on your screen for a couple of days. If you want to just get started and experiment with the program and not enter the license information, then simply all you would do is you would click Evaluate. So if I click Evaluate, it takes you straight in. And then once your evaluation period is over, then you'll be forced to enter an activation code. Right? So if I go back in on this, now we can get into our license activation. Once you're ready to enter an activation code after evaluating the program, all you need to do is come back to this window and click on the license activation button. To activate the license permanently, you have 3 options. The first is telephone. I'll hit that and hit next. If for some reason you don't have access to email, you can call the phone number shown up here at the top and talk to somebody about obtaining a license. The piece of information that you need to provide is the locking code, which is the 6-digit number down below. This code is unique to each individual computer and cannot be transferred from one machine to another, as it's tied directly to the hardware on the PC on which the software is installed. Once the licensing department has your locking code, they will then provide you with the license code that you need to be able to enter down at the bottom. All you have to do now is then hit next and you're done. But for now, I'll go ahead and go back and show you the other options. The second option, and perhaps easiest, is to do it by email. All you do is click the radio button next to email, hit next. And so this screen is a simple form. All you have to do is update your company in your username, mailing address, and phone number. Notice that certain fields have an asterisk next to them, that you'll have to fill those out before this send email button down at the bottom will become active. Once processed, and it's usually pretty quick, you'll receive an email back containing the license code that you need. So all you do then is go back, hit back, and then that will take you to the third option, enter a license code generally received by email, hit next. You'll see that the locking code is repeated here, and this is where you'll copy and paste that string. It's a fairly lengthy string, so I recommend that you copy and paste it. Don't try to type it in by hand. Okay. If all goes well, after you hit next and get your valid code in, you should be up and running. Congratulations, that's all there is to it. We're all set up and are ready to begin using spBeam. If for some reason you need to uninstall the software, the structure point applications all use the Windows Install Shield. Simply go to the Add Remove Programs in your control panel and find the application in which to install, just like any other Windows-based program. In Windows 10, from the Windows search bar, just type uninstall, and you can find add or remove programs here. You just find the application on that list, and you're good to go. If you need help in installing, please refer to the Windows Operating System User's Manual. In the rare event that something goes wrong, and we hope that nothing does, or you have questions or issues, simply submit a question through the website by going to the support menu here and click Submit a Question, and this will send us an email. Or you can email us directly at our technical support, which is support@structurepoint.org, or for licensing, licensing@structurepoint.org, or sales or any other inquiries, you can contact info@structurepoint.org. While we don't foresee any futures, we're always more than happy to help.